be vetted for the position of the provincial secretary for the School of Public Health. Okay, Mr. Sam, why this position and not any other? Why the provincial vice president? Oh, okay, thank you for the question. I believe the begin with, from level 100, I have a passion for the position. And the position is the position gives me the opportunity for me to work within this jurisdiction, that is within this province. So the SRC provincial president would give me the opportunity to do or to implement the plans that I have for SPH. That is why I chose the position. Okay. So with what you're saying, it seems you've done some things. It seems you've done something. Yes, what impact have you had as a student of UHAS for us to vote for you or for you to be elected as a what have you done? What are some of the things you've done personally? Maybe to another student, somebody has come to you, like something like that. What have you done? Okay, thank you for the question. I would mention just a few of what I have done. The current undertaking that I have done is the SPH Workforce Recovery Program. And the SPH Workforce Recovery Program enrolled, I think, students from the various levels. So let me take it again. The SPH Workforce Recovery Program is one of the initiatives that I just brought in. And even when the current that is our COVID, during the COVID time, they had problems with course materials and accessing slides. Yes, and I took it personally to build an app that is the Legacy app. And so I think we have about 800 subscribers, and that is few of the stuff that
Joseph, hi. Are you going to speak on behalf of the students if you are giving this portfolio?
Please come again.
Are you going to speak on behalf of the entire students given the portfolio?
Yes, please, I'm going to do that.
Are you a man of your words?
Of course, I am.
Really?
Yes.
So in your manifesto, definitely you're going to tell them this, right? Good. If a student hasn't registered a course, okay, how are you going to deal with that situation?
The question is if a student hasn't registered his or her course. Okay. So the first thing I would look for is the reason why he or she has not registered the course. So if I know the reason, then I would follow it up.
You know the reason. How are you going to deal with it?
So if it's fees, that is the reason, then I would look for a way to liaison with the appropriate head. So here, if the student is a student, so the student would draft, I will help the student draft a letter for an extension of the deadline or wherever that the student.
What if you found you said you will look for the reason?
Yes,
The reason why the person. So what if you find a reason and then you realize that this student uses for super bets?
well, I believe in honesty. So if the student has used the money for something, then accountability comes in. So the student and I will look for a means, but it's the student's own fault. But that doesn't mean that I won't help out. So I'll provide the um, technical knowledge or whatever that the student needs.
Everybody is looking at you. So that means you are motivating in a way, telling all students to use their money for super bets so that they come to you.
No, I initially said that the student will be accountable for the action that he or she has taken.
So what will you do for this particular? students.
Okay, so with the students, I would help the students to go on to register. And it's with inability to register means maybe the deadline is up or the student is not having enough money. So I would provide an assistance. But yes, still the due penalty the student is going to face.
Okay, so do you have your transcript here? Okay. When when did you print this one? When did you print it? This month? I spoke with the lecturer in charge of the vocational training, and he told me they haven't updated everyone's portal. For that matter, how did you get the results of the vocational training in here?
There was a letter that we needed to append our signature for the requisition of the results. So I followed it up and I did it. And we have been and sorry, and to it on my phone. Went straight to the
Sure, thank you.
I can see from your academic background, Hopkins and stuff, and I realize you are good in data science. Basis. All right. Have you heard of logistic regression before?
mistake.
Regression.
Yes,
What is logistic regression?
I heard of it.
But you don't know.
Yes, please.
All right.
Is it the first parliament? Is it the second parliament? Is it the 10th parliament?
The
Okay.
first parliament of the fourth republic.
Of the fourth? Is that
First parliament.
of the?
I'll get back to you.
You get back to me, or you go and research.
I'll
Answer. I'll give you time.
pass.
Hmm?
I'll pass.
You
Pass.
will pass.
Okay, so my question is just simple. Right now, let's say this as the president, and a student approach you that his portal is blocked. What is the question you're going to ask the student?
Please come again.
I said you're the SRC president, right? The student approach you that my portal is blocked. What is the first question that you're going to ask the student?
Portal is blocked.
Yes, you cannot say it's the portal.
That came up to go to the IT office.
Wow, you just tell him that go to the ICT office. Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't think that's the right. That's the right answer to give to the president.
Well, if your portal is blocked, it has to do with IT problems.
So what, for the first place, what happens before we block a portal, a student portal?
Normally it's fees.
So that was the first thing that I wanted you to ask the student. Well, that should be the first question.
Okay.
Well, that's the key thing that why we block our portal. So have you paid your fees? That should be the first question. Okay, let's go to the next question here. Assuming right now we are the SRC president, as it stands now, and there is an issue regarding lecturers' behavior when they come to lecture halls. Do you get it? Some when they come, just some little thing, they are angry. Some just something, they are just get bored. Then they just leave. And some are also found doing numerous behaviors that is classify them as bad behavior. And your students have complained this to you. And right now you have to start from your dean. So as it stands now, we are your dean, right? And you are in front of us. So how do you present this issue to us? Or how do you present the issue to the dean? So assume that we here we are the dean, and you are to present these issues. Right. So how do you present it?
So if I'm getting your question,
Mhm.
the panel is the dean,
Yes.
and I'm addressing the dean
Yes.
on the
this
issue of misbehavior of the lecturers.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I go to the dean's office. I tweet, hello, sir. Generally, he would offer a word welcoming. And
It is a demonstration. We just demonstrate.
and you would respond. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. 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 Okay.
I think you want to stand up. Oh,
Oh, I'm okay.
you're okay.
Okay. So, sir, please, good morning. I would like a few minutes of your time to discuss few issues with you. My name is Joseph. I'm the SRC president of Hawaii province. Few months and few years now since I took office, there have been few problems that I would like to bring to your notice, and it has been highlighted in the paper below. So please, the first of the problem is the behavior of the lecturers. Most of the student populace are complaining about the behaviors of the lecturers during class sections, and I would like you to help intervene. Okay, so with that, most of the behaviors are resulting in either cancellation of class and other cancellation of class, which is not building or which is not helping the student. With this, I would ask for your help and your input. Thank you.
All right. I have one question for you for this segment. Okay. I would like you to think about it and answer it the correct way. How many of you are in this race? Hmm?
Yes, please.
What's your opponent's name? And what?
Awesome.
Oh, you don't know the same. All right. Are you better than him?
With that, I can't say. But
Can't say.
yes, please.
Oh, then you shouldn't be here.
No. I don't know if I'm better than him, but I know that I'm capable and I know that I'm poised for the win.
But you're not better than him.
I can't say whether I'm better than him or not.
So if he is also capable, that means that the people who vote, they can either choose any of.
I believe he has things that he wants to do. I believe he has his policies. I believe he has the way he sees things, and I do also have the way I see things. But I believe, but I believe my methods are very realistic, and I believe that I can work. And so I'm a little concerned about that.
Mr. Joseph, okay, let's take a follow-up question.
It is actually not a question, but I want to share an experience with you.
Okay.
When I was in teachers,
Okay.
I went for the girls. Then usually we go for vetting before we vote. They are
Okay.
voted for. But at times we were voted for before we went for vetting.
Okay.
And then I won massively with the votes. But we went for vetting. In the vetting, I was asked this particular question, and I was asked that the second girl I'm coming for the position with, she's my friend. And so who should do I think I'm better than him? for me, I was able to tell them that yes, I know I'm better.
Okay.
But the mistake I did was I said the ball is in their court. I wasn't confident enough to say they should give it to me. So actually, I wasn't given the position.
Okay.
Then later on, the teachers called me, okay, so they want to give the school professorship to this girl and the other lady.
Okay.
And then they're giving me another position.
Okay.
And I was like, no, because I wanted to be the girl's preferred. But for that particular question, I didn't give them that definite answer. I lost the opportunity.
Okay.
So you have to be confident in yourself. It
Okay.
doesn't matter who you are going for the position with. You know your capability. So when they ask you, do you think you are better than this person? Just be straightforward. Yes, because you want it. Go for what you want.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Stam.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you want to become provincial SRC president,
Please.
right?
Yes, please.
Okay. So can you tell me the process we take to impeach a president should he find himself in a circumstance that is a breach to our constitution? Can you tell me the process? You understand?
I understand the question.
Yeah, sure you understand.
Yes, but I have no idea of the process.
Okay.
So my question to okay. So what the provincial SLC president, right? Okay. So let's take this scenario, right? Okay. So let's go to the constitution. I didn't want to work something on the constitution, right? So, yeah, open your own. Okay. So the constitution gives you the mandate that you have the overall, like you have power in your constitution and you rules the affairs, you check and you make sure that things are in order, right? So when there is a situation that, let's say, the federal people, the federal executive, they want something to be done early for them. Do you get it? And because of that, let's say you submitted your first budget for that project, right? And when they submitted it, there was a correction that they have to bring the budget for you to, we have to send it down for you to correct it. But because they want the thing fast, like as early, they went to sit down and change things and did their own, right? And submitted it. And at the end of the day, like you were done with your office, everything, an internal audit came, right? And the things that are there in front of you are different from what you presented earlier on. So how do you defend yourself with this constitution? Let's say right now you're in an internal audit, they have called you, right? So how do you defend yourself? Trying to elaborate the difference. Let us understand that with this constitution, how do you defend yourself?
So the question is, I submitted a budget, and because of corrections, I did not effect the corrections, but the committee or what? I didn't get the question.
I'm saying that you have submitted a budget on a project. We all want the thing to be done as early as possible, right? So when we send the budget, the day said that the thing that some things are more important than others, so we have to come down and cut the budget down, right? And the federal executive took upon themselves and they went to somewhere and changed things without your consult, or they didn't say anything. So at the end of the day, like you think your budget that you submitted first was the right thing, was the one thing that you're having. And right now, it appears an internal audit. They are saying something different. You're also saying something different. So how do you defend yourself with this constitution? Because that is what guide you, right? Uh-huh.
Let's give me a minute.
A very technical question. Mr. Joseph, unfortunately, we don't have all day, but just think about it, okay? Without putting verbatim or using any clauses, what would be your first instinct defending your this case?
The first thing, because the corrections wasn't made like it wouldn't bear my signature. So I would use that justification to say that I have no idea. And
Let me help you answer the question. The Honorable asked you a very technical question. It's a problem that we have. Okay. So first, the student fund, that is where all our monies goes to. Who are the signatories of the student fund?
so we have the registrar. We also have the dean of the students. We have the federal SRC president. We have the treasurer.
Good. So take the registrar part. It's not the registrar does not come in. The dean of students, the SRC president, and the treasurer. Okay. So when you draw a budget and it has been approved by parliament, it is actually the federal executives who take it to the dean of students. And he drew your attention to a relapse in our constitutional. So it means that for every budget that ends up on the desk of the dean of students, it's passing through the federal executives. And nobody knows what happened in between. You get my point. So your first point is that, please, the dictates of the constitution, I put up with my treasurer, we put up the budget, all right, but I didn't submit it. I have a copy, an original copy, what I took, which we can compare to what is for you dean of students, and that is my defense to it. You get my point.
Yes.
So this is something that in constitution you know your in and out to be able to explain some of these things. You understand?
Yes. Okay. Okay.
That's very important. So with this understanding, the next thing I want to test on your knowledge in the SRC constitution is, who do you answer to? As a provisional SRC president, who do you answer to?
I answer to the parliament. SRC.
Okay. Which committee is the immediate committee answer to?
Right.
Wow. Which committee will you belong to by virtue of your position?
By virtue of being the provincial SRC president. SRC parliament. Right.
All right, Shay. I'll end it. So you have the constitution.
Executive committee.
Have you found it?
Executive
The
committee.
composition of the executive committee.
Yes, please.
And you find your portfolio there. Which part? Not been at 16. So which part exactly? So that we just end it. So clause 1, subclause A. Read it.
There shall be an executive committee consisting of the federal and the provincial executive office.
Thank you. Okay. So you don't even respond directly to the federal SRC president. You respond to this committee. All right. All right. Mr. Sam. All right. So let's have a look. Okay. It's about your policy. Continuity. We said the refurbishment of the schools canteen among others, right? What is the current news about that?
So the current president, current provincial president, yes, has been able to procure an amount of money to refurbish the school canteen, and the undertaking will start Monday.
It was done.
The undertaking will start Monday.
It's starting on Monday.
Yes, please.
Okay. So
Yes,
money is ready.
yes, by the president, he told me.
Okay. Introduce Obasima Trade Fair and Workshop. Can you please tell me about that?
So the idea is that most of the ladies in SPH have started this online business that they do. So I see it fit to support their project. So during SRC weeks and meeting, we can organize a small trade fair where they showcase. Welcome, welcome.
Who is the current UHAS? Ahoy.
Yes, please. Mr. Dennis.
Mr.
Dennis.
What?
Marian.
What?
Marian.
Malia.
Yes.
What about
The whole,
yes?
I have no idea.
You should have an idea because irrespective of your problem, you still work with him. Huh? Any question?
Okay. So about knowledge about